Here we've got a line graphed in green, y equals 1/2 x plus 1. It's graphed over here on the right, and we want to come up with the inverse of that line. Now, I already called out some of the main points in that line right here, like -4, -1, -2, 0. Well, we're going to use those points to find the inverse of this green line. The reason why I have this y equals x line right here in red is because this green line will flip over that one in red, and that will be the inverse of that green line. Okay, so now because we have a bunch of the points already called out, we could use those to find the inverse of the line. So what we would do is just basically flip-flop the x and the y. So right here the x is -4. Well, now it's actually going to become -1, and then the x becomes the y. So -4 becomes the y here, and you do that with each one of those points. So now another point is going to be 0, -2. You also have 1, 0. 2, 2. It'll be the same thing, of course, when you flip those. And then this will be 3, 4. Now, if we plot these points and graph it on this coordinate system, that should be the inverse line after we connect all the dots, the inverse line to this green one right here. So let's go ahead and plot these. We've got -1, -4, so that's going to be right here. 0, -2 will be here. 1, 0 will be here. 2, 2 will be right on top of that green one actually. And then 3, 4 will be 1, 2, 3, up 4 right there. And now it's just a matter of connecting all those dots. So let me try to do this carefully. It's about as good as I'm going to get right there. As you'll see, this green one flipping over this red one will give you this blue line right here, and that's mirrored over the red line right there. All these points then would be, right there, the dots that we have there. So that's going to be our inverse line. Okay, now if we want, we could also call out the equation for this blue line, which is the inverse of the green one. So I'll go ahead and start with y equals, and then we got to find the slope. So if we start off at this point right here, we have to go up 2 and then over 1 to get to this next point. So that's going to be 2 over 1, which we'll just call 2, and then that will go next to the x. Now we have to put in the y-intercept right after that. So we see that the y-intercept is -2, so we'll do -2. So this right here will actually be the equation to this blue line, which is the inverse of this green line right here, which is this equation right here, and it includes all these points.